Okay, imagine for a moment a lost city, right? Deep in the Amazon. And some researchers are claiming this place was, get this, the capital of the world.
Wow.
For an ancient civilization with technology. Well, technology way beyond anything we understand today. It sounds almost unbelievable, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. And that's precisely why this deep dive is so interesting, but also why we need to approach it carefully, you know?
Right.
Our mission today, just to be clear, isn't about endorsing these claims. It's really about exploring them thoroughly. These are extraordinary assertions coming from the Dakela group of researchers.
Okay.
Yeah. They're saying they've not only found this hidden city, they call it Ratanabá, but they're also presenting evidence, these really radical theories about its history, and crucially, why they believe all this knowledge has been deliberately, suppressed for thousands of years.
That is quite the setup.
Yeah.
So how does this Dakela group even begin to back up something that huge? Where did this whole discovery start?
Well, they say it wasn't just an overnight thing. They claim it's the result of over 20 years of expeditions. All over the world, actually.
20 years, okay.
Yeah, meticulously piecing together clues, they say. And eventually, this led them to stumble upon evidence of this ancient, hidden civilization right there in the Amazon. It was a global search leading to a specific place.
In Ratanabá, they're not talking about some small ruin, are they? What's the scale here? The location?
No, not small at all. They pinpoint its alleged site right in the heart of the Amazon, specifically covering regions in modern-day Brazil. Think Rondônia, Acre, Cozito, Amazonia.
Okay.
But also spilling over into Bolivia and Peru. So the idea is this wasn't just a city. It was the central point, the capital, of a truly vast ancient empire.
And the name itself, Ratanabá, you mentioned, does that mean something specific according to them?
It does. It comes from a language they call Urdan.
Urdan. Never heard of it.
Me neither before looking into this. They link it to a people called the Muriu, and the translation they give for Ratanabá is from the kingdoms to the world.
From the kingdoms to the world.
Yeah, which really hammers home that idea of it being the capital of the world, doesn't it? It's a name loaded with significance, according to their narrative.
Okay, let's talk timeline. Because based on, standard history, what they're proposing for this Muriu civilization, it's just staggering. How old do they claim it is?
Right. This is where things really depart from conventional science. They are asserting that the Muriu civilization existed between 600 and 450 million years ago.
Million with an M.
Million with an M, lasting for about 150 million years. And yes, like you said, that time frame is, well, it's completely outside anything accepted by mainstream science regarding human or even complex life history. It suggests a totally different history for advanced life on Earth.
150 million years. So if it existed that long, why did it disappear? What's the Dakela explanation for it being lost?
They suggest it wasn't necessarily a sudden collapse, more like cyclic climate changes and huge geological events, cataclysms in the deep past gradually hid the city.
Swallowed by the jungle, basically.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. Or just buried over immense timescales. It became lost rather than destroyed overnight, obscured by nature itself.
And you said their expeditions were global. So this Muriu story isn't just confined to the Amazon.
Not according to Dakela, no. They claim the Muriu's influence was worldwide. They allege these people mapped the entire planet.
The whole Earth.
The whole Earth. And that they're responsible for many of the megalithic stone structures we find all over the globe. It's presented as this interconnected ancient world story.
That definitely broadens the scope. They mention specific types of structures too, right? Not just random megaliths. Things like pyramids and star forts.
Exactly. Stepped constructions like pyramids, yes. And these very distinctive star-shaped forts. They point to examples like Forte Príncipe de Beira, that's in Rondônia, Brazil. And they suggest, similar star-shaped forts, maybe even in places like Egypt, could share the same Muriu origin.
And the significance of these forts.
What's really interesting is their claim that these structures weren't just placed randomly. They were supposedly aligned, pointing towards Ratanabá.
Like signposts?
Sort of, yeah. Like ancient beacons or navigational markers, all part of this global network centered on Ratanabá.
Which ties into this other thing they mentioned, the Piabiru Path. Caminho de Piabiru.
Yeah.
A global road network.
Yes, exactly. They claim the Muriu built this vast network of paths connecting various parts of the planet, all leading directly back to Ratanabá.
Wow.
And get this, they even claim a section of this ancient path runs right through their own research base down in São Paulo. It implies this incredible ancient connectivity.
A worldwide transport system almost. And didn't they also mention underground stuff, tunnels?
They did. They talk about supposed subterranean entrances and tunnels scattered across the globe, all allegedly also leading back to Ratanabá.
Okay. Hidden paths, underground tunnels. It sounds like something out of an adventure novel.
It really does. A secret world beneath our feet connected to this Amazonian center.
All right, let's shift to the technology, because that's another huge part of this. Dakela claims the Miriu had high technology, way beyond ours. What specifics do they offer?
This is where it gets really advanced sounding. They talk about the Miriu being able to cut materials using water.
Like water jets today.
Sounds like it, yeah. But also using advanced sound vibration technology and working with something they call condensed light.
Which sounds like lasers.
Pretty much what we'd call lasers today, yes. They also mentioned scalar energy methodology. That's a more fringe concept involving non-electromagnetic energy.
Okay, getting pretty speculative there.
Definitely. And then it goes even further. They claim the Miriu used biotechnology and even mental technology for construction.
Mental technology, what does that even mean?
It suggests, well, the direct application of consciousness, of thought, to manipulate physical matter, building things just by thinking about them.
Okay. That is extremely far out there. Building with thoughts.
It pushes the boundaries of what we even consider possible, for sure.
So connecting all these threads, the ancient city, the global network, the unbelievable tech, Dakela's core argument seems to be that our whole understanding of history is wrong, deliberately wrong.
That's absolutely central to their claims, yes. They argue that human history, the version we're taught, has been systematically distorted, manipulated.
By who?
By powerful groups, governments, religions, various institutions, international bodies, going back thousands of years. They believe true knowledge, transformative knowledge like that of the Miriu, has been actively suppressed.
And they use examples like the Library of Alexandria.
Right. To them, that wasn't just some accident of history. It was a template almost for how you erase inconvenient truths or knowledge that challenges established power. It's not just about finding a lost city for them. It's about uncovering a hidden, manipulated path.
And this suppression, they claim, isn't just ancient history. It's happening now.
Yes, they assert that modern governments and international organizations are actively, right now, trying to access Ratanabá.
To get the riches, the technology.
Exactly. For their own gain, is the claim. They want to exploit what's supposedly there.
How do they say this is playing out? Especially with the Amazon being, environmentally sensitive and politically complex.
Well, Dakela claims these powerful entities create NGOs and use environmental excuses, like exaggerating reports of Amazon fires.
To justify going in.
To justify intervention in Brazil, yeah. To gain access to the lands where Ratanabá might be located. The source material even pushes back, saying the Amazon is actually too humid to burn as wildly as sometimes reported, suggesting it's more of a pretext.
That's a pretty strong accusation against environmental groups and international bodies.
It is, and again, we're reporting their claim here. They also point to more direct interference with their own research.
Like what?
They describe a specific incident back at that Forte Príncipe de Beira site. They claim their researchers found tunnels, galleries, thousands of artifacts.
Sounds like a major find.
It does. But according to Dakela, IFEN, that's Brazil's National Heritage Institute, stepped in, seized everything, and flat out prohibited any more research there.
Wow. So they see that as direct proof of suppression.
That's how they frame it, yes, as evidence that authorities are actively blocking the discovery and study of this forbidden history.
So putting it all together, what is Dakela's stated goal then? What are they trying to achieve?
Their main goal, they say, is transparency. To uncover all this true knowledge, as they call it, and the evidence for the Miriu civilization, and just reveal it publicly.
And the impact they expect.
They believe it will completely revolutionize science. They think demonstrating this level of ancient technology forces a total rewrite of human history and potential.
And for anyone listening who's intrigued by all this, what do they suggest?
Dakela encourages people to, do their own searching, look for more information, especially on Dakela's own channels, to learn more about these claims and evaluate them for themselves.
Okay, so we've covered a lot. Ratanabá, the supposed lost capital, an ancient civilization from maybe hundreds of millions of years ago.
Yeah.
Technology, that sounds like science fiction. And this overarching claim of suppressed history.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in. The implications, if any of it were true, would just fundamentally change everything we think we know about the past and human capabilities.
It really makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If the history we learn is incomplete, or even, as DeKella claims, manipulated. Well, what else might be out there? What other truths could be waiting? And maybe more importantly, how can we, just as individuals, try to look beyond the standard stories? How do we engage with ideas like this, even if they seem way outside the box? It's definitely a thought to chew on.